I'm vengeance.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Why am I singing American Anthem there, guys? Why am I singing that? Why was I singing it? Well, this episode, spoiler review for Fallout Episode 7. Okay. So, this is a spoiler review for that show. Okay. Okay, that you know. So we're gonna talk about that episode, okay? And there's a lot in this episode, my friends, my good friends. A lot in this episode. I don't know about that, Red. I'm watching the main event now. A lot of the talk of this episode, and I don't know if Blind will join, but I hope you like my thumbnail. I love my thumbnail. The thumbnail spoils a huge spoiler in the episode. This is a spoiler review, so don't click on it. Okay? But yeah, you see me pointing to the to Clancy Brown. The guy is in everything. Clancy Brown does everything. This guy, like, seriously. He's in everything. Shut up, Red. Shut up, Red. I don't like them on my car. Whatever. But this guy is in everything, man. Clancy Brown does everything. This guy is like... He is everywhere. He is fucking everywhere. But yeah, he's in the episode. Spoilers look stupid. Alright. This episode is amazing. 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 We know what Mr. House is up to now. 200 years later, we know what's up with Mr. House. Mr. House is alive. Well, kind of alive. Okay, kind of alive. Okay, kind of. Okay. Also, Lucy is in this stuff with Norm. Oh, we get I'm blanking on her name. Lot of future in this episode. A lot about what's her name? The girl in the about to be married in the vault. I forget her name. The Canadian. A lot of reveals in this episode. A lot of things in this episode. This episode really turned up the heat for the show, of course, because next week is the finale. So episode 7 is basically was an action-packed episode. It's not action-packed. There wasn't. There was a little fighting, but not much. But a lot of storytelling here, a lot of reveals, a lot of just basically hugely setting up the finale of the season 2. And got interactions with the Ghoul, Thaddeus, Maximus. The continued thing with Lucy and her father. We go back to the past, the Ghoul, and the Congresswoman. If you see the end of the episode, wow. Okay, you see the end of the episode. That alludes to I'm alluding to the end of the episode. I forget the Congresswoman's name, but I don't think she is what she says she is. Well, in this episode, it's kind of revealing that she isn't what she says she is. Okay, so Blind is actually gonna come on. Blind is taking a break from Twitter, but he said he'll be on streams from time to time. I'm gonna go out in the snow right now, but naked if Andre Andrade wins. He probably will win. Hey, Red, he probably will win. I think he'll win this match. So be prepared for that. Okay. But there's a lot of things here. Well, it's funny. This episode. A lot of humor in this episode too. All right. I'm gonna wait for Blinded. But yeah, we actually the president. We see the president. Yeah, basically the president's in this episode. We see Clancy Brown is a president. Now the president. This takes place back in time, but he's the president on a top secret mission, not to the public, top secret mission to collect the cold fusion or whatever, cold fusion. Okay. And how did Cooper's game played? Well, yeah. If he is, well, yeah, I assume so. If he is during the nuclear explosions, bombs, yeah. So he's whichever who's ever the president during when the bombs go off, because the president was revealed in the past, not in the present, the past. And Cooper unwillingly might be responsible, unintentional might be responsible for the bombs going off, the nuclear bombs going off. He might be. Okay. Okay. He might be responsible for the explosions going off, the bombs, the nuclear fallout, all that going off. Accidentally and unintentional, not on purpose. Because Cooper, he's not about that. He looks like in this episode he was getting played by that woman. I don't know, what was she? I know she's in a what was her? She wasn't. Was she a senator or whatever? Tom Clancy is the president. Why? Shut up, Tom Clancy. Oh my god. Tom Clancy. Is he dead? Oh my god, Tom Clancy. Oh my god. Yeah, Tom Clancy died a while ago, man. Tom Clancy. Oh my god. Only you, Red. Tom Clancy is the president. Only you. Oh my god. All right. But yeah, he's in it. We're gonna talk. Me and Blind are gonna talk more about this. Also, Lucy. Lucy was seeing what her father was doing, right? A civilized society where nobody in the wasteland are killing each other for whatever reason, right? But he wants to create a civilized society. That's what he's trying to do here. But he's doing it at the cost of these people's free will, right? It's obviously a form of authoritarian dictatorship, mind control, right? Mind control in a way. Well, Clancy Brown is not the president. Shut up. Okay? In a way. This is. So his thing is about. And you can tell in the vault, his thing is about a civilized society. And the vault inside the vault were very civilized, right? Very civilized. Everything is in control, motion, no issues, no problems. Now, there's the vault stuff in this episode, and there's problems. The problems among the vaults, problem among resources, issues with resources, not getting enough resources. Okay. Red. This takes place in the past, man. The present scene is in the past before everything happens. Before it explodes. Oh, and it turns out the what's her name? Fuck. The Canadian vault dweller who escaped into the US. What's her name? Fuck. Stephanie. Turns out Stephanie is actually over 200 years old too. She was around before the bombs went off, and she had went in with Cooper also. Her and Cooper met. They coincidentally they met where she was working in Vegas. In Vegas, I think he is the Enclave, Red. I think he is the Red Enclave. I think they already. I think in this episode they already. The president is the Enclave, part of the Enclave. But yeah. So Stephanie is Canadian. So he skipped to the U.S. She took a job as what I would perceive as not a stewardess. Who cleans up hotel rooms, things like that. A maid, I guess you could call it. Hotel maid, whatever. Right? And she wants a better job. She went to the Cooper. She eventually does work for Vault-Tec. Okay? And so she's over 200 years old. Too. Like Cooper is running into literally everybody almost that's been around 200 years old in some way. Almost everybody. But I do think the president is part of the Enclave. Because Clancy Brown, 95% of his roles he's in, he always plays like a bad guy, right? The actor always plays a bad guy. You never really see him play anybody that's good, right? Right? He always plays somebody that's not a good person most of the time, right? I know he does a lot of shit. Does a lot of shit, right? Does a lot of stuff, but most of the stuff that the big franchises you see him in, I know he's Mr. Krabby in Mr. Krabs, SpongeBob, but you see him in like voices Lex Luthor. voices a prison guard. He's a prison guard in Shawshank Redemption, right? Not likable, not a good prison guard, right? Abuses, right? He was an abusive kind of general in the Flash because he was in the Flash show. I mean, of course, he played a villain in the Penguin. He usually plays people that are not good, not likable. Hey, right? So here you could tell, and the way they ended it, and the way they ended this episode, you know he's not up to no good, right? He most of the roles he plays in, he plays as, he's always it's always not a good person, not a good guy, right? It's always all the time, right? Yeah, he was a Dexter, I think. Yeah. So that's to me. So obviously I don't think he's playing good guy here either. I think he's part of the Enclave in this series. I think he'll be part of the Enclave. I think he's on the Enclave's payroll pocket. I think that Congresswoman, whatever, that set up the meeting between him and Cooper is part of the Enclave, and played Cooper for a fool so that Cooper could give the cold fusion to the president. You know the cold fusion you took from Hank when Gay Brad? Yeah, I know. I said it was gonna happen. I said it was gonna happen. So you better you. I said it's gonna happen. I'll be back in a few minutes. I said it's gonna happen that you're gonna end up. You're gonna end up. Butt naked and outside. Oh. I said it was gonna happen, guys. Okay. Yeah. Xbox, exactly. She totally played him for a fool. Because in the last episode, Mr. House mentioned there was a third player in part of this. The vault, the Mr. House is the third player involved with all of this, and she's probably part of that third player, right? She's part of whoever that third player is, the Enclave most likely. She's definitely part of the third player. It's part of the Enclave. Okay. But I'm also beginning to think Hank. Because I wonder if Hank was a mole or a spy for the Enclave. Now, because I think the way we saw the ending of the episode with the woman's head, right? And where Hank had the woman's head, I'm beginning to think, is Hank actually really part of the Enclave, but was basically a mole committing espionage as the Enclave told him infiltrate the vault and all that, so they could get the cold fusion and maybe set up a way to manipulate everything. I don't know how Mr. Right? Because it seems like because the Enclave, apparently, the Enclave's goal was to restart a new world, right? I mean, new world. Like destroy the world, restart a new world, right? From fresh, right? Do what a Noah's Ark kind of thing, right? Noah's Ark, in the Bible, right? God created a flood to wipe up all the evils of the world. Told Noah to do this. Yeah, take like the Noah's Ark, where God wiped up, flooded the earth, wiped out all the evils of man. So obviously, he told Noah to collect two animals, two species, two animals of his two species of the same animal, right? Collect all the animals, two of them, right? And you know the whole story of Noah's Ark, right? So the Enclave kind of believe like that we start a new world. I wonder if after Hank, it seems like Hank is trying to do that with a civilized world where you see you see all these different factions, and not just factions, but just different people murder, steal, do all this shit just to get by. Like see, it's uncivilized, right? Uncivilized. So only way he believes I can make him civilized is by having that device in the back to basically control him. Hey, Blinded, what's up?
What's up?
How are you? I'm asking because I know you're going through some things.
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, I said I would come on streams and stuff. I just won't be on Twitter.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I delete everything.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
check the group chats periodically, but just anyway, I saw the episode last night. I'm glad that they released them early because I think it's annoying. They need to release these shows like a better time.
What time did they release them yesterday? Why did they release them
Yeah,
yesterday?
yeah,
Why not?
released at 9 p.m. yesterday.
Okay.
That's why I didn't see like a lot of episodes of Wonder Man because I go to bed early. But I saw an episode of Wonder Man where I saw.
I could tell you a thing about Wonder Man. No Grim Reaper in this show. I mean, the guy who in the comics becomes Grim Reaper, but there's no Grim Reaper in this show at all. It's like, I sorry to spoil it. It's kind of like the Hawkeye situation
They
with
show his brother though.
yeah,
Didn't
but
they
he doesn't.
cast
I
him?
know he doesn't become Grim Reaper. He doesn't turn to a bad guy in this show. It's kind of like the Hawkeye situation with the with Swordsmaster a little bit. But
Yeah.
yeah, Blind. I think you're
Oh,
going in and out.
did you finish the mic
Oh,
cutting out?
you Blind. You're going in and out. Right,
Nah.
guys. Yeah. Right, guys. He's going in and
Okay,
out.
okay, hold on.
Yeah. Frostbite on my dick. What the fuck? uh, uh. I didn't want to hear that, Red. Oh my god. Yeah, he was in and out, right, guys? Blind was going in and out. Where is Degrassi? Where is Sideways? Because the weather said so. Okay, hopefully this works
Is
this
it
time.
clear?
Well, let's see. All right. Let's see. It's a little. It
Is it
sounds better.
clear? Is it working?
Yeah, better.
Okay.
Oh, with
Okay.
Wonder Man, I
Mm-hmm.
kind
Why
of
did
went on Wikipedia. What were you gonna say?
no, Red was saying, why did it have to snow yesterday and today? Well, I wish it snowed yesterday and today.
Red,
Not here.
red.
Just freezing cold.
Yeah, yeah, red, 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 red. You know what? You know what? You know what? It snowed like hell the past few days here. Yeah, snowstorm, 50 centimeters, as high as 60 centimeters. I know that's for you Americans. You can't understand that. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like 15 inches of snow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So much
Okay.
snow. And there was already a lot of snow on the ground already. So it was
Yeah,
like double the snow. You know what I
and
mean? Like
apparently,
quadruple the snow.
I don't know. I didn't know till today. Apparently, there was a earthquake in Ontario, like a small
I
like.
didn't even see that.
It was apparently it happened like at 10 or 11 p.m. last night. I'm like, I didn't feel any earthquake. I was on
I was
stream.
sleeping back, so I don't even know.
I was on stream. I didn't feel anything. Can you imagine?
Mm.
Oh my god, if I was streaming and it started shaking here, because I was streaming, right? I was streaming at 10, 11 p.m. and I was on camera too.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was minion stuff. But Xbox Gamer, Steph's story was pretty good or pretty great. And she got exposed by the whole vote. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
interesting to see because we never saw, or not that we saw, but none of the Fallout games ever talk about what happened in Canada. So that was kind of cool to see. It's also kind of messed up because I guess we would all be in uh, concentration camps. But yeah, that would suck.
Oh yeah, you see her like I guess I assume that was her mother or sister. I
Yeah, it
don't
was her
know.
mother.
Mother. And she went
Yeah,
over.
and she was like, "Don't see them as humans, see them as Americans."
Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
so we'll probably get more of that of what
And it,
happened in Canada.
and it turns out she like ran the Cooper. Like,
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she was a maid for the Lucky 38.
yeah. Cooper, I'm gonna tell you, no wonder the ghoul is so the ghoul. I don't blame the ghoul for being a loner or
Yeah,
a
jaded.
or jaded because he was getting played by everybody as Cooper.
Yeah, he got played big time. But I'm really like, it makes sense now. Like, yeah, it wasn't just about his wife, but now you gotta wonder, right? Like, if his wife wasn't behind all of this, then why did they get divorced and all this stuff? Like, did that all
Yeah,
happen? And why
and
did he get? How did he get outed? Like, did the government out him?
because
I'm assuming maybe.
I'm beginning to think Hank was. I mean, Hank was working for Voltec, but I'm beginning to think he was a mole, a spy to be placed at Voltec. Like,
Hank was working there. I don't know about him being a mole. I don't know if he's working with the Enclave. That's another thing too, because
yeah,
the ending of this episode, that was also some like confusing stuff going on. Because the lady
yeah,
who
exactly.
this entire time was like, a senator, and she was trying to be like a good senator and stuff.
But
She's the one.
she
200
turned out to
years
be a
later,
politician, right? She turned out to be a
yeah.
politician.
Well, no, she was always a politician, even when we first
Yeah, I know.
introduced
But
her.
but
Right?
politicians lie and they manipulate,
Yeah, but
right?
like an actual, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we don't. I don't know. We don't know 100% just yet because it's like, why is she now the head, disembodied head,
yeah,
and the reason why all of these wastelanders can be chipped up by Hank and become better, like good people, right? Or the automated man, as he calls it,
yeah,
right? So, like, what is making her like? Is it because, like, my guess is she's not an Enclave member. She actually is who she is. It's just that they're using her brain to kind of like, make these wastelanders or make the chips like easier to digest. So like the chip only works with people who are terrible, and they kind of get implanted with this lady's like good intentions. That's my guess. Because I'm like, I don't think she's an Enclave member. I can't, because I'm like, how the hell, like, why would she
Wow.
sign up for all of that? Being the head of this thing, like a disembodied head, it just looks horrific. You're like, what the heck? Like, that was pretty shocking when they showed that. I was like, what the hell? Like, I didn't even know
Yeah.
that this lady would come back around and be so important, right?
Mhm.
But at the same time, like to what you're saying, right? It could be possible that she is Enclave, but that would be some 40 chess shit that she was playing.
Whoa. It's
She was playing
because
some 40 ass chess. Holy.
it's just that because it's because Clancy Brown is in this show, and Clancy Brown
Mhm.
tends to play like not particularly good people, right?
No, but he's played tons of characters, though. That's the thing about
Yeah,
him.
but we always, but most of the time, like most of the time, we assume he doesn't play like with particularly good people, and the way they show them, the way they reveal them, like it usually
Mhm.
is a villain. How the
Yeah.
camera cuts to him. Uh,
Yeah, that was a fun cameo. I was like, oh shit. Because I was thinking, I'm like, he should be in the show, right? And not
yeah.
realizing he was also in Fallout 1. He was this Brotherhood of Steel member. I can't remember Romulus or something like that. I can't remember. But so I was like, oh shit, like, but he just seems like an actor who would just appear in tons of stuff, right? Like he was in
Yeah.
Marvel. He was in obviously the Penguin.
He
He's
was in
Mr.
Marvel?
Krabs. Yeah, he was Cerberus. Is it Cerberus? I can't. I'm bad with names. You know
Or is
the villain in Thor Ragnarok, the villain that actually starts Ragnarok.
oh he was Satar Satyr or something like
Is it
that?
Cerberus or something?
Satyr
Surferus or
Satar? Oh, he did a
I don't know
voice
how to pronounce the character's name, but yeah,
Satyr Satar or something like that? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's played
Mhm.
tons, and obviously he's Lex Luthor in the animated series as well. So I mean,
Mhm.
like he plays tons of characters. It's
Oh,
funny because it's like, yeah, him and Ron Perlman are very similar. Because Ron Perlman also has played tons of characters. Weirdly enough, I don't think Ron Perlman has played a Marvel character though.
I
I
know
don't
he's
think
just
he's
no.
played a Marvel character at all. He was Deathstroke in the Teen Titans show.
No, he's only played DC as far as I know. I know he's played multiple
Yeah.
DC characters.
Weird
Um,
he's not been in anything Marvel.
no, he's been Hellboy. That's the only
Yeah,
other
obviously
thing
we know
outside.
he's Hellboy.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
obviously he was attached to Fallout way before the show. He's been in every single Fallout game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he was in Blade
Oh, he was in
too.
Blade. Oh, he was in
He was
Blade
one.
too. Okay, that makes sense.
He was one of the vampires. Remember, like the vampires that Blade team up with to hunt down those other
Mm.
vampires.
To be honest, I
Yeah.
don't remember. That's I don't
Oh, so
remember.
it
So
wasn't
yeah.
good. The only good Blade movie
No, I
was
don't
really the.
think Blade 2 wasn't bad. It's just I don't remember it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I because I you know why I just remember that now because it was like on TV like a week ago, and I remember seeing
Mm.
it.
Guillermo
Seeing it.
del Toro directed Blade 2.
Oh yeah. Should have directed Blade 3 would have been better.
He should have.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff too. I wonder if they're going to be reoccurring characters because his character in the previous episode was also talking. He
Hmm.
knew something. Like he knew like because first off, one that was also something that was interesting because it was like I don't think the suit. And we talked about this last week. I don't think the Supermoons ever really acknowledged the Enclave as like a threat to them. Uh, That was the first I ever heard of that. Like they were acknowledging that. So I wonder if the next season is going to be about like super mutants going up against the Enclave because they're the ones who started this all. And I do wonder too now that in the past, because this was also a big revelation too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know about the president because the president we didn't know up until this point who this president was. We technically still don't. We don't even have a name for this president. We know the president before him, but we don't know who the president was at the time.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of like, first off, Fallout 3 mentions this president, and he goes by a code name by Bagman. And so Bagman has been referenced not a lot, but people assume that the president, the last president of the United States, was he was either Enclave or he was some other or something happened to him because he's not really mentioned at all in Fallout 2. He's not mentioned in Fallout 3. No one knows what happened to this president, but it's just kind of interesting, like um, that the show because remember the first season, episode 1, they mentioned the president. They said that the president was missing for a certain
Yeah.
amount of weeks.
Yep, they did. I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm going to guess that he maybe is still around. That he might actually be a character that we see again. Because I feel like if you're gonna get Clancy Brown, right? He's
Yeah.
not really he can show up. He's not like a big name in terms of like, oh, he would be expensive to pay. He seems like a
No,
actor who would be on the show on a regular basis.
he seems like he's the type of actor that likes to work a lot,
Yeah.
right? Like,
He's not that old. He's like
no.
early 60s. He's not that old. I thought he
I mean,
was
he's-
much older, but he's not.
He looks, yeah, because we like the first time we see. Well, the first time I saw Clancy Brown was probably like Shawshank, right? He was in Shawshank as a
Mhm.
guard.
Yeah, he was in Shawshank. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like 30 years ago.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, he doesn't look 70 or 80. I mean, I'm sure he's in his 60s
No,
by
yeah.
now.
Yeah, he's in his 60s, but he's still going. He's
He's
in a lot of stuff.
yeah,
He's still in a lot of projects.
he's
I wonder if he's going to be a season regular, like in the next season. I assume so because you wouldn't. Why would you cast him? You know, if it was a one and done role, I feel like
I
if it
mean-
was a one and done role, you would probably get a bigger actor.
Walter Goggins does a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. Well, Walter Goggins is similar, I feel like, to Clancy Brown. It's just that maybe he's becoming a little bit popular. But before, he was also another actor who was in tons of different things, like so many different things, you kind of forget that he's in it.
Yeah, I think we got people talking about Walter Goggins more, even though it was probably from Ant-Man 2. I mean, he was around before that, but Ant-Man 2 probably like highlighted more people
Yeah.
recognizing who he is because
Well, he was in Sons of Anarchy. He was the transgender woman in Sons of Anarchy.
yeah, he was. I
Yeah, and he had a whole like storyline and stuff. He was
Well,
he was almost a reoccurring character. in that.
Walter Goggins has done a lot of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He's definitely he's done a lot of Warner Brothers stuff, right? He's done like
Mm.
what's it called, Righteous Gems, right? That's the show that's ending,
Yeah.
Righteous Gems with Danny McBride, and he
Danny
did
McBride, yeah.
what's that show, Vice Principals? They also do Danny McBride,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's in a ton of different stuff.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they got like if you notice like how they cast like actors who are like dramatic comedic
Oh.
actors.
Who are also willing to do multiple seasons of shows on streaming, you know, because it's right, because I mean, a lot of A-list actors are doing that now. Really, I mean, look at Harrison
Mhm.
Ford, for example. I never thought of my life, obviously, Harrison Ford be doing a streaming series, and that with Jason
Right.
Segel on Apple. I'm like, Harrison Ford really willing to do
Oh, he must have got paid a lot.
oh,
Right?
yeah, because they're doing a fourth season. I'm like, Harrison
Mm.
Ford, really?
Right.
But like, Yeah, a lot of A-list actors are doing like either they're doing a lot of streaming shows now or regular shows now, not just streaming shows. It's not taboo anymore. It hasn't been taboo for a while.
Yeah, but also in this episode, right? Like going back to the episode, there was a lot of because it was interesting how like the show set up Mr. House to be the big bad, but obviously in the past, Coop learns, Mr. House is not the bad guy, and the way that they edited this episode, right?
Hmm.
Because it was like while Coop is giving the nuclear, I was just saying nuclear fusion, it's a cold fusion.
Yeah,
He was giving it to the president.
yeah.
That's intercut with him now returning the cold fusion to Mr. House.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was right. Mr. House was dead. And it was interesting too, because one of the things that is actually interesting about that scene when he comes into the penthouse is that
yeah,
you actually see a Securitron right beside the computer that's dead. Now, if you play Fallout New Vegas and you went with the Yes Man ending, that's exactly what happens. Yes Man walks up to the thing and he drops down dead and he puts himself into the computer. And so the Securitron is still just, it looks like that's his body that's still there. 'Cause there's no other Securitron in the scene. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Was I think the most likely, if we were to pick a canon ending, what happened, it was definitely the Yes Man ending, because that made, first off, when that makes the most sense in terms of like what's going on, because the Legion, obviously it doesn't seem like the Legion really won and took over Hoover Dam.
no,
The NCR is nowhere to be found. The whole strip is destroyed, which makes
yep,
sense because there was plans. There was like one of the casinos, the one that's across Gamora. Uh, there's a quest where you find out that they actually to commit like a terrorist act on the strip the same day when the NCR is supposed to go and fight the Legion on Hoover Dam, right? So you have to infiltrate and stop it for Mr. House. I'm guessing that obviously went wrong. Probably why there's death clause. And
yeah,
one of the developers also said that one of the things that he wished to implement in New Vegas was that the Yes Man ending is kind of like, it's definitely the best ending for the game because it seems like everybody's is an asshole. Which, by the way, it's funny too because this episode actually kind of makes fun of something that people have said about New Vegas, which is like, because Hank says, "Oh, the NCR and the Legion are the same." And then Lucy goes,
yeah.
"No, they're not. They're not the same. They're really not the same."
And then yeah,
Right?
and then Hank says basically why like
Yeah.
like high taxes. Um,
Yeah, the high taxes and all the whole like comparing. That's something that people did say about both. Like, if you follow the game and like people talking about the game, people have always made that statement. I
yeah,
kind of always thought that too. Obviously, I don't agree with it 100% because the NCR obviously believes in democracy and overall they are better people. But the reason why people say that is because the NCR, like, they're not like, it's not like 100% a democracy. It's more like you have to be a citizen for them to really care about you. And you see that in Quest where it's like they won't help other people who are not members of the NCR, right? Even though they're struggling and the NCR, they're in NCR territory. It doesn't even make any
yeah,
sense.
yeah. It makes sense. It does. Uh,
Yeah. So
they
yeah,
were trying
I
to
thought it was interesting they brought that up. But
they're
yeah.
trying to reestablish like kind of like a country. The citizens first.
Mhm.
Then it's about the
But they're
citizens first.
expanding too quickly.
Yeah,
And he even says that they're expansionists. They want to expand
he
and gain territory.
he believes in civilization, but he believes in through control, but through
Right.
right. It's
But he believes if people were good people, this wouldn't happen. Like everybody, if everybody
yeah,
just fell in line and did what they were supposed to, then society would be better. But that's obviously, that's a far cry. That's obviously not
That's
going to happen.
that's
You
just,
know,
it goes against free will. Like
exactly, exactly, right. So it's like,
he's a dictator if you think about it.
right, and that's ironically right. It's like
Yeah,
that mentality Mr. House has. That's why Mr. House is not really straight up villain because Mr. House, it's very. This is why I say that New Vegas is celebrated as being one of the best games of all time because the game is full of like nuances. It's not like cut and dry. It's not like, Mr. House is a straight up bad guy. Mr. House does propose a lot of things that actually make a lot of sense, right? He suggests like I'm not going to be a dictator. In fact,
yeah,
if I run the strip would be better because I don't care about the NCR, right? And he's like, I definitely don't like the Legion because they believe in slavery. That's why I was saying that whole like chip thing that he was doing, he definitely abandoned that idea because he says in the game, I'm not for slavery. I think that's cruel, right? That's like,
yeah,
you know,
yes,
the most barbaric. He tells you that, right? But in the same breath, he's like, I want to my vision be the one that is
yeah.
fulfilled.
It's just how it's different viewpoints of what's good, what's how to make a civilized society on different point of views. Like
Right.
there's no to them. There's no right one. It's not a black and white thing. It's a
Mhm.
Fallout's a huge shades of gray. Um,
Yeah, it's
um,
full of shades of gray. That's
yeah,
why people like the game. Well, that's obviously why I like the games. I think the game's always the interesting points of view where you're learning through like realizing, oh yeah, this is kind of obviously like what's going on in real life, where not
yeah,
everybody can agree on what how people should really rule things because one of the things that gets in the way is people's autonomy, right? So
mhm,
it's hard, like. But I think the show does such a good way of depicting that, like showing us like even when you do good, right, or you believe in good, it's not, good as a concept, I think is very fantastical. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants to do good, but it's like you do that's why there's that quote, right? That quote that says,
yeah,
the path to hell is paved with good intentions. Is because people do good things, but they don't realize where that will end up, like how
What
that
did he
will
say?
play
What did
out.
Hank say about good and perfect? He said a line that's about
Yeah.
good. I forgot was
Yeah, he
how
said something, I think it was another like classic, like quote, right? Where it was like the enemy of perfect
it's
or
good.
or it's like the enemy of good is perfect or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm messing up that quote, but it's something like that. Like people would perfect. That's why it's like, yeah, there's no such thing as perfection,
no, no, there's
with any sort of thing, right? In a society, things are not going to be perfect, but things could be good.
yeah.
It's just going to have flaws, right? And it's like, do you trade the flaws? Like, what would you rather have, right?
Yeah, we just yeah, exactly,
Yeah, and
exactly.
and that's why it says war never changes because war is more about perspective,
Hmm.
right? It's more about you have what I don't have, or you're the bad guy. You're trying to do things that I don't agree with, and that's what the other side thinks. Everybody thinks that they're the good guy, and that's
Yeah,
the
like
issue, right? Like that's
I
the problem
mean,
that we're gonna have,
the Nazis thought that.
right?
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? Like they believe that they were in the right.
yeah, yeah,
You
exactly.
couldn't convince them otherwise. But they were
Yeah,
obviously wrong. History showed that they were wrong.
yeah, it's true. I mean, if you look at Star Wars,
Mm,
they think they're the good guys. The Empire, like dictators,
right,
think they're the good guys. Dictators don't think they're the good guys too. Uh,
right.
Doctor Doom, he thinks he's a good guy,
Mm.
right? He thinks he's a good guy. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, because they ascribe things that are good, like Doctor Doom. he gives, oh, I'm gonna help my people, they're gonna be safe, but it's like, yeah, but the cost is that they have to live under your boots, and they have to do everything that you agree with. Like, who
Yeah.
cares if you give them free housing and food and everything that they wanted?
You
They
say
can't
something.
really make up their minds.
You say something bad in that area, do bot, you get arrested.
Right.
Right? There's really no free speech, right? Like,
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the issue. I think, people don't realize when
hmm
it comes to politics and such, is that
Doctor Dickhead. Doctor
they all
Dickhead.
believe in their side. They all think they're doing right, but
I
it's
mean,
like you can't
Thanos.
convince them otherwise.
Thanos just thought he was doing good. The only one who doesn't say one of the few villains who says he doesn't believe he's doing good is the Joker. Joker just says he's straight up villain.
Mm,
Joker is like, I'm a straight up villain. Like, I'm just gonna be a
right.
straight up villain, right? That's what he thinks he's
Yeah.
doing good. He doesn't care about that. But yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a lot.
It's interesting in that aspect.
Yeah,
But I do wonder because the show never, I guess, I hope they kind of explain this, but it's like, mm, I mean, in the first season, Hank bombed Shady Sands
yeah.
because, he wanted a better society, right? But it's like,
And Shady Sands
was
was
that,
Shady Sands was almost the closest to like more to like what society once looked like, and he couldn't handle
right,
that. Right? He did. It was not his vision, or right? It was
right.
not his vision.
I kind of wonder because it's like he obviously did feel some guilt about it, unless he's lying. I
hmm
mean, it doesn't come across like he's lying though. That's the thing. It's like he obviously believes what he wants. He would prefer if his daughter saw what he sees, where it's like, hey, yeah, what I did was wrong, right? But it's like I'm trying
Yeah,
to obviously do better, right? Like there could be redemption. I don't know if he's trying to pull that aspect.
yeah.
Um, I think it was is interesting, obviously, with this character, what he was trying to, pull on her, to be honest, because he was being a little manipulative for sure,
Oh, for
right? I
sure.
mean,
I
so
mean,
yeah, and I am curious to see like what happens to Norm and the Vault. With Woody, like, did she kill Woody? That was another thing too.
oh, Stephanie.
Yeah, did she
Yeah.
kill Woody, or is he somewhere that we don't know?
Oh, because the glasses. Oh, when their fiance
Mhm.
outed her in front of the whole audience for the wedding.
Yeah, Chet.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they quickly just they were even screaming. They're like, "Hey, she's worse than a murderer. She's Canadian." So now I gotta wonder, like, what propaganda
yeah,
they like to believe about Canadians and stuff? Because there was vaults in Canada. So I wonder, like, how did that operate? Like, was there people who resisted? Like, who specifically they were targeting? Because that's also another thing. I saw some people in the subreddit were saying, how would they differentiate between Canadians and Americans? And I was like, that's actually a good point, right? Like, how would you know? Like, everything is diverse. Everybody's from a different background. How would you know who's Canadian and who's not? You could easily be walking in the United States and pass as an American. I
well,
wonder if they will explore that more because that is a good point, and they could obviously never
yeah.
really talked about that.
The thing is, you're right because okay, there's some parts of Canada there's different accents, but Ontario accent, a Toronto accent, is not really that much different from some of the American accents. You can't really tell if
Right.
you can't really tell if somebody's from Toronto with their accent because it doesn't really
Mhm.
we don't really have an accent.
Yeah, it's just a blind accent.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the reasons
yeah,
why they actually shoot in, like, well, besides being major cities. I mean, like, I think they prefer in Hollywood if people had no accent because it's easier to understand.
yeah.
And so they look for places that are kind of like, like Toronto. Like Toronto, there's a lot of people who don't have accent.
Yeah,
right? It's just sort of plain English and whatever, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. You gotta
mm,
go. You definitely gotta go more east, like Red said, like Newfoundland.
yeah,
Um, the Maritime Atlantic
the cut
Islands.
of their toque.
Yeah, I mean,
Ah.
Newfoundland people do have an accent, but it's
Mhm.
but I think isn't their accent from Maritime like dialect from like passed off from the Scottish or something? Isn't like
Yeah, something like that. I don't know too much about
it's
Newfoundlanders,
just
or how do you
I
pronounce
don't know why it's called
Newfies or whatever
I don't know why
they
like
call them.
I just caught Newfoundland.
Yeah, was
I don't know.
Newfoundland and Labrador.
It's such a lazy name, Newfoundland. Like what? Really? We couldn't
Yeah,
think of call it something else. We just call it Newfoundland. Every land's eventually found is new and found at one point. Okay.
yeah. I don't really know the reason behind
Hey,
that,
hey.
but
The world, all the world, most every place, every piece of land in the world has a name, like a specific name, right? Then the countries
mm,
have a name, territories, cities, all that have a name. But the only place in the whole world that doesn't have a name is Newfoundland.
yeah, Newfoundland.
You just call it Newfoundland. We're too lazy.
Which, by the way, it sounded like the mom had it in an accent. I'm not
Oh
sure if you
yeah.
caught that.
Mm-hmm.
She was also talking about how they were raised Catholic too. So it was
Oh
also
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I like that aspect. That's the one aspect that's not explored very much.
So
Edward Islands, Prince
she
Edward
was raised
Island.
she was raised
Red.
she was raised Catholic, but she had a baby before she was married. Is that like a sin? I don't
No,
know.
she was married. She was married.
Oh,
Her husband died.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he was murdered in the raid in the first episode.
I forgot.
Yeah,
She moved on quick,
and then
huh? Oh my god.
she just saddled him with the
Oh my
baby
god.
with Chet.
She just
She
moved on
probably didn't
quick.
even care about that guy. She was just like, I'm planning to do whatever.
Edward Island's full of inbred.
Bruh.
It's called Prince Edward Island, so it's got the Prince part.
Prince
I
Edward Island.
just read so much about our country.
Because he's been here. He just doesn't want to admit it.
Red, did you go to the maritime Atlantic places in Canada? I mean, how do you know about Nova Scotia and all, and Newfoundland and New Brunswick?
Yeah, he knows all these places.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He knows all these places. My earbuds died. I gotta change my headset. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh shit. This one is dying too. I didn't charge this one. I hear the beep beep.
Can you charge and still be on the headset? Or that's where
What do you mean?
Finbar's
I can
from?
charge my not I was using my earbuds.
Okay. That's
My
where Finbar's
AirPods.
from? Finbar, Nova Scotland. That's Nova Scotland.
Yeah.
Nova Scotland. That's actually quite funny.
Okay, it switched
You've been
over.
in Ontario before? You have been to Ontario? Where have you been in Ontario? Probably
I've
Toronto.
been to Ontario before.
Ontario, California!
Where?
Damn it.
Oh, Ontario. Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna say. By the way, there is a not Canada, Ontario. Yeah. We caught your joke before you even typed it out.
Oh man, that's um I know there's a Toronto in the States, but it's like a small city or something.
Hmm.
Huh. I think it might be in Ohio. I'm not sure.
Yeah, there is a Toronto in Ohio. Yes,
We should sue. Toronto City of Toronto should sue. We're only allowed
you
to have
definitely
that.
should. That's the problem though. Like all these names and stuff, like there's gonna be crossovers because they're all English names. Like they should come
Not
up with some
Toronto.
new shit.
Toronto's not English. I believe Toronto's native.
What is it? Is it Dutch then? What is it?
I think it's native Toronto.
No,
Native.
it's not. It's not. There's
Let
no
me
way.
check.
I think it's either English or Dutch.
Oh, look at that. The headphones just died. Wow. I changed out the other headphones. Oh my god.
Oh, the name Toronto is derived. It's derived from the Mohawk word Toronto.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. I was wrong
Yeah.
about that.
Here's in Vancouver, my state. I know. I
There's
know.
also I wonder too in the episode where do you think that was?
That did not look well. That's definitely on the western side because that
Yeah.
did not look like it was on the eastern side because she went to Vegas. So that's definitely probably around maybe like the maybe like
I was thinking Vancouver.
yeah. I was definitely thinking like British Columbia, maybe British
Yeah.
Columbia, Alberta area. Yeah,
Because that's another thing too that was interesting that's not ever mentioned in the lore is that they had they internment camps that they named like they were like cities. So like they turned some of these cities into internment camps.
oh
So
yeah,
there's probably tons and tons of cities in Canada. And by the way, there's not even really a lot of cities, but there's obviously some big cities that would that they took over. And I wonder again, I really hope they do explore this. Like I hope somewhere in the Fallout game we get DLC like this because this was all new. This is like we never knew any of this. Like we didn't know if there was internment camps. I guess the assumption is because there was
mm-hmm.
there were some Canadians who tried to attack the the US and I think they had a oil uh some oil rig or pipe or something that was feeding to Alaska, and some of these Canadians attacked it, and then also on top of that too, when they were trying to get to Alaska, Canada wasn't like they didn't want to help the United States, and so the United States was like, well, if you're not going to help us, then we're also going to have to fucking attack you, right?
yeah,
So, and this president, that's also another thing too that I got to keep in mind that this president that was shown in the show, he was he was either trying to play into the fact that like, hey, we're not going to do the wars anymore, we're going to try to create peace, we're trying to undo what the
yeah,
previous administration did, but it wasn't true. Like
yeah,
obviously it wasn't true. They were all I assume they're all part of the enclave, and the enclave is just some deep state that
yeah.
was operating and controlling everything. That would make a
Yeah,
lot of sense.
the Enclave sounds like the conspiracy about the NWO, the Illuminati. That's what the Enclave basically kind of like,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
Like,
yeah, because they're into the whole
yeah,
the master race. Like they were the
yeah,
ones who wanted the FEV to work out,
yeah,
and they wanted well in the wasteland. That's the thing. We don't know what their intentions was beforehand. Like were they trying to start like I don't know. They were trying to nuke their own population, or I wonder how this is going to play out because this is obviously interesting. But um, the Enclave, I guess they already had intentions of trying to have like a master race.
yeah,
Because Frank Horgan, if you don't know, Frank Horgan is a villain in Fallout 2. He's like the final boss, and he's on the Enclave oil rig in California. And he's like this intelligent super mutant that's obviously, super strength and everything, and very terrifying. Like the way he describes things and what he's gonna do to you, he's a fucking villain, like a straight up villain. So I wonder if we'll get a character like that. That would be cool to see if we got a new. I don't think they should bring back Frank Horgan. I think that people would just shit on the show and they'll do what most people, these clowns, usually do. But if they can make a new Frank Horgan, like a new kind of character, that would be cool. Because I'm sure a lot of people, like if you Google Frank
here
Horgan,
come
like he's a scary character.
the guy that did his brother, Stank Corgan. I'm
Oh
kidding.
man,
I was gonna say Hank, but we got a Hank.
yeah,
Hank.
we already got a Hank.
You see,
Dan Horgan. That's
do you see what they did with it when Cooper ran into the staff, and he was just he was knocked
Yeah.
out, he was drunk, out cold. He just put him in the bin. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And he was the one. He was like, yeah, go talk to him if you want a job. So you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Yeah, you go talk to him. And she did
He
get a
really is
job.
the guy who caused the world to end. Like all his good intentions led to you know
So,
the
so I
end
like
of the
it
world.
because it was revealed Stephanie was over 200 years old because she was frozen too, right?
Right.
So does that mean all the other vault people were obviously product of birth then
Mm,
because of previous people because it looks like they were not frozen either. I went
right.
I always figured the vault I always thought the vault leader, the black woman, was also frozen too. I guess not.
Yeah, she was.
She
Because
was.
we see her. We see her in the. Because you probably didn't realize this because it's a different actor. But you know the assistant. There's a black assistant
Oh
that's
yeah.
like what. Yeah, that's her. That's her in the past. It's just that she was obviously unfrozen for a longer time than
Oh
everybody. Yeah.
yeah. I mean the vault are having like problems obviously with
Mhm.
resources. I'm like, how do you fucking run out of resources? You don't prepare. Like you knew this was
Well,
gonna happen. You
they got screwed. You got to remember they got screwed. The
yeah
chips, the water
yeah
chips are all like they were all made to go to not work as
yeah.
a part of their experiment.
And now it's funny. Norm pretended to be management because
Mhm.
Norm obviously wasn't frozen. He's the son of Hank, right? He wasn't frozen
Right,
because all those people that he freed, they were part of Vault Tech in the past too, right? And
right.
and
I'm surprised he didn't say, "Hey, my dad is Hank" or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
you could
because
use
they
that.
knew Hank, because Hank is technically above those management because they were younger, right?
Yeah,
He was young, but he was still a little bit older, I assume, right? Because he was the one running on meetings and listening on what was going on, so he knew more
was
than those managers, right?
I mean, all I had to say I'm Hank McLean's son. Like, isn't their last name McLean?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say that. He just kind of like was bullshitting and stuff. He should have said that right away. Maybe
Yeah,
that would have given them like more like because yeah, once he got outed, they choked him out and they're like, what are we gonna do with him? I still wonder if they're going to dip him in FEV. Like that's my big theory is that he's gonna turn
you
into a super mutant.
do, and you see also like in this episode, Thaddeus. This is Thaddeus.
Hmm.
Um, the ghoul looks at him, right? Because Thaddeus shows him with the thing on his neck with the mouth. I think the
Yeah,
ghoul realizes is like, you're not a ghoul, man.
yeah, he realized he wasn't a ghoul, and then his arm fell off too,
Yeah, which
just randomly.
and I don't think arms fall. I know some body parts fall off ghouls, but not the arm, right?
No, no ghoul really has missing body parts like that. No,
Yeah, and yeah, he's not a ghoul. He thinks he's a ghoul, but he's not a ghoul.
no, yeah.
He's something else.
Yeah, so he is definitely. I think that's probably going to get revealed at the ending is that he, the chicken guy, gave him
Yeah,
FEV, which was everybody's theory in the first place. Everybody believed that that was the case
yeah.
because immediately you saw the effects of it, and
Hmm.
you're like, yeah, I don't think he's a ghoul, man. He's definitely not a ghoul if he could get shot like that, and also his skin was still intact and everything. And also made me wonder. This was also something that it just dawned on me. But the games have never had a character who is like a pre-ghoul, like someone who was about to become a ghoul but didn't look like a like
Hmm.
an actual ghoul. The games never did that. So I don't know. That just kind of popped into my head. I'm like, they should do more of that. Like we should see people in the process of becoming
Yeah.
ghouls, not just like talking about it.
He's yep, yep. And oh, I think the Death Claw was eating another Death Claw. Death
Yeah,
Claw's
I
a
did see
cannibal.
that.
Yeah, the
Yeah, I
cannibal.
was like, what the hell? I
Cannibal.
also wonder too who created that power armor, the NCR power
Yeah,
armor,
yeah.
because that was also cool. But there was no, we never seen a NCR power armor before, so that was obviously interesting. I wonder if they'll add that in the
Uh,
games, because that looked cool. That was a cool with the blades and stuff. That shit was sick.
we were kind of right. Like Mr. House just find a way to be in the future. Just upload his
Hmm.
and he knows who the ghoul is. He knows it's Cooper.
Yeah,
He knows it's Cooper. He,
Yeah, immediately he knew
yeah,
it was him,
yeah.
which
The
is
thing is,
funny because like when you would assume that maybe like if he did come online,
yeah,
like would he have seen the or thought it was the courier who did it? Probably not. The courier is probably like a nobody character in the grand scheme of things. He
no,
Mr. House will probably be like, oh yeah, that guy fucked up things. I'm not surprised. That
yeah. They can make a joke about that.
would be
Like
funny.
I mean, why not? Like make a joke about the lead from the video games or whatever. Like, just
I thought in this episode, I'm not gonna lie, I thought they were referring to the courier, but I think they were just referring to Mr. House because the ghoul says
Mhm,
something like, um, he mentions like, hey, yeah, if you're gonna want to take over New Vegas and stuff,
mhm.
then you're gonna. But I don't know the way he said it. It didn't like at first. I was like, is he actually talking about the courier? But no, no, I think he's just talking about Mr. House. I kind of wish they did like. I don't think we'll get that in the last episode. I do wonder if we'll stay in New Vegas in the next episode. Probably not. I think at this rate, with the Enclave and everything, it could go
Ugh,
two ways. It could either go to the Commonwealth because that's where the remnants of the Enclave were, and they established that in some like DLC. Like they added these DLCs in Fallout 4, like
yeah,
long after the game, and we saw that the Enclave was setting up shop in the Commonwealth. I mean, it could make sense because I mean, Boston was like the origins of the United States, the founding fathers, all that stuff. But it's probably going to be the Capital Wasteland. We'll see. We'll see. I'm sure like the next episode, the ending, we're going to see the next location. I almost guarantee it that the next location is going to be in the next episode. The very ending, the post credit scene. So
mhm.
well, let's see which one it is. It's either those two. If it's anything else, I'll be shocked, but we'll see. We shall see. I think that was it.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything else in the episode to talk about.
Not really. I
No, we covered a lot.
We're finally getting to them. Where they're all gonna meet together again, meet united together.
Hopefully.
Maximus the Ghoul, Lucy. Um, I don't know what's gonna be Hank's fate.
Hmm.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that was another thing. I don't know if you saw the previews,
I
but
didn't.
the ghoul walks into the management vault, and I'm still wondering because remember this was my theory since day one. Is this vault underneath Vault 21? That's been my theory. If it's under or sorry, if it's connected through the Lucky 38,
Yeah,
then I'm gonna count that as being I was right because Mr. House did fill the vault, the hotel vault that you see Vault 21.
hmm
And no one knew why. He just filled it up with concrete. So I wonder if there's the vault underneath the Lucky 38. That would be an interesting twist. That would be very interesting, but we'll have to see. I don't know where this vault is. It obviously has to be fairly close. But yeah, I also wonder too, like what Mr. House is gonna do in the ending of the last episode. Like, is he gonna boot up all the Securitrons?
hmm
Um, I don't know. We'll have to see what he's gonna do with the cold fusion now that he has it, right?
yeah.
So
All right, that's not. I guess finale is next week,
mhm.
and
Yeah, it's sad. It's already the finale.
yeah, I mean it came out in December,
Hmm.
so 8 weeks. Yeah, so it makes sense. It's But yeah, well, I mean, they're going to do a season 3 rather quickly. Um,
Hmm. I wish there was more episodes to be honest, but mm,
you only saw the first episode of Wonder Man.
Yeah, I saw the first episode. I could give my thoughts. We could
What?
talk about the first episode.
Okay. I actually do like the series. My, my
Mhm.
my problem with some of the series is I do have an issue. I feel like they focus. Sometimes I feel like it's too much on Trevor Slattery's uh, story more than sometimes than Simon. You'll understand the next few episodes what I mean. But they
Mhm.
do focus a lot on Simon. But sometimes I think they focus too much on Trevor Slater. They kind of do give some
Mhm.
history, some. Oh, in this show they do. It is really Simon's show, but they do in this show they do talk about. We finally get some information about Travis Slater, about his life, his acting life, his career life, and how his upbringing too. And I felt
Mhm.
like this. I felt like this sometimes is too much because it's supposed to be a Wonder Man, not the man, the fake Mandarin. But
Okay, I didn't even realize that it was gonna be.
but I heard his brother does not become the Grim Reaper at all.
Hmm.
He's in the show. He's in the show, but doesn't become the Grim. He is critical of Simon, but he doesn't become the Grim Reaper at all.
Yeah, I mean the first episode was really good. I liked it. I was surprised. Obviously, it's not.
What?
It's like they're teasing his powers and stuff, and
Oh yeah, you'll see in the he shows off his powers, and
Mhm.
you'll see the second episode. Oh, the fourth episode is kind of funny. The fourth episode is funny.
Mhm.
You remember Enosh? I'm gonna
Yes,
give you a little bit
obviously,
of a
yes.
spoiler, but I'm not gonna really spoil the episode. Enosh, you know how there's a joke about Josh Gad. The fourth
Yeah.
episode is Josh Gad, and Josh Gad, I'll just say, he kind of
Mm.
plays himself. He plays Josh Gad in the fourth episode.
Right.
But the fourth episode's funny.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
got spoiled by that because that's what Grace was talking about in her review. She was talking about that fourth episode.
yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. That's a Josh Gad episode.
Mhm.
But I don't know why discussion film like after I watched this I went to sleep. But I saw a discussion film today because they mentioned because in the first episode he was trying out for American Horror Story, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, discussion film was like American Horror Story is canon MCU. I'm like, so is Batman Superman's canon MCU. They mentioned Batman Superman MCU and
Yeah.
Eternals. It doesn't matter. Why do you have to make it? Why do you have to do a post?
I would
about
assume everything is. I would even assume in the MCU they probably have movies about the characters, the real
Yeah.
characters.
But you know, but like it's like a discussion. You don't need to post stuff like that. Like it's nothing special. Like
Because they
it's
posted, I saw that you talking about where they talked about all the movies mentioned.
yes, they do that too. I'm
Yeah,
like, what's the big? It's no big deal. Who
I think
cares?
it's just because it's a show about actors and stuff, so they're like, and Hollywood and such. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, but Lord of the Rings. I know, but like Lord of the Rings is mentioned in Falcon Winter Shoulder. Batman Super. Like
there are
that's not a
tons
big
of
deal.
stuff.
And it's mentioned. All that stuff is mentioned in the comic books too. I mean, too, right? Like I don't
Yeah,
think
I
it's
assume every piece of media exists except
yeah.
for the thing that we're currently reading in the
I'm
universe.
sh-
That's what I
I'm sure. I'm
assume.
sure. I mean, I, I'm sure that because American Horror Story is a
Like
Disney
God of
project,
War
right?
exists in the
They're
MCU.
allowed. They're allowed to mention it. They're not. It's not illegal to mention that stuff. Like
Yeah.
things God of War. To show it, I think it's illegal,
Yeah, I
right?
think to show the actual copyrighted
Yeah.
material. Yeah, that's the
But
thing.
American Horror Story, I think it was American Horror Story FX.
Yeah, it
So
was.
that's
It's owned
that's
by
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah, so it's okay if they show her American Horror Story because it's a Disney thing. So there's no legal issues there. But like, yeah, they're allowed to mention God of War, Batman, Superman, but
Is
they're not
Midnight
allowed
now?
to.
I wonder. Is Midnight Cowboy? Who owns the rights to Midnight Cowboy?
That's a good question.
Is it Fox? Was it Fox, and then it's now owned by Disney? I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking it up now. It doesn't say. Who? Oh, it's see.
It's just United Arts. I think United Arts is.
Oh, United Arts is AMG, Amazon. 2024.
Yeah, folded into MGM. That's what happened to United Arts. So yeah, it is owned by Amazon currently. Yeah,
Maybe Amazon maybe Amazon gave me permission to. Like I don't know.
probably they probably didn't really care that much about having.
Yeah, I don't think they care. You think DC would care if they showed a Batman comic book and a Marvel,
Well, it is interesting because Midnight Cowboy was the first ever X-rated movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like the first like NC-17 X-rated movie.
Oh, and Wonder Man is like very PG-13. It's like that is
Yeah.
PG.
Well, they don't even really show much of what was going on in that movie anyway.
No. But do you think Marvel?
yeah.
Do you think DC would care if like a Marvel show actually showed a Batman comic book or a Superman comic book? Because it's implied that the Batman.
I think they
Superman
would
comic
care
book,
if they showed it. If they showed it,
Okay.
obviously, because they have to talk to them about that.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's implied. There's the Batman with Superman comic books are in the MCU because they mentioned in Eternal.
Mhm.
I mean,
They exist.
think it's
Yeah. I mean, the first episode I thought was good. Like, it was obviously not MCU like what you expect from MCU. Like that's
it's
for
very
sure,
different from MCU. It's very different
Yeah.
from any MCU thing out there. Total
No,
contrast.
it's just like focused on the character himself. It's kind of like comedic, but it's also
Well,
like very like I like because it's like you
And-
could obviously see his character flaws like
And-
immediately.
For the first one, it might be the most comedic MCU show.
But there's a lot of drama there, though. That's the thing.
Yeah,
It's like a
there
drama.
is,
That's what I would say. It's a drama.
but it's might be the most it is a comedy drama show. It's a drama comedy show, comedy drama show, but it might be the most comedic
Drama.
of all the MCU of the MCU shows. It might be more
Mhm.
of the MCU shows. It might be the most have the most comedy so far in the first 4 episodes, because right. I don't know what other show has. MCU show has a lot of comedy compared to this. Maybe WandaVision at the beginning. I don't know.
Well, the show, I mean, it's not that gory or like it's not dealing with crime or anything, but it kind of reminds me of like Barry because like Barry was also about like Hollywood and stuff, but it was also like he's a hitman trying to get into
Yeah.
the acting business. So it was kind of similar to because I immediately knew like without a doubt like the first scene is going to be him and he's going to try too hard on his like first acting gig or like this small
Mhm.
role, and then he loses it right because he's just so annoying and he's holding
So
him up. Like,
demanding,
I just
too.
knew immediately.
He was
that
demanding,
was gonna
right?
happen.
Yeah, because the first 5 minutes was demanding, like
Yeah.
telling him.
No,
why
it wasn't
he
even
was
that. It was like he couldn't. He was so indecisive that it was costing them money, and that's immediately like anybody who's costing the production money, they just get.
And he
rid of
was-
them. They just tell him go.
And he
just
was,
get out
and he
of here.
wasn't like, and he wasn't like a big time actor, like an established actor either. He
Yeah.
kind of like they were not. He was not somebody they're gonna put up with, right? I mean, like,
Yeah.
right?
Well, the director was putting up with him, but the producer, that producer
Yeah.
lady, like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
that is that type of person. It was like,
Yeah.
no, you know what? I'm just gonna go up to him and just tell him.
And the thing is, because he was,
rocks.
because he was mentioned, because they were talking about like I don't know what they're talking about. What's in certain things in this script that he knows are wrong,
Mhm.
right? And it's like it's just a.
Well, he's
and,
trying to like give it depth. Like he's like,
Yeah.
I want this to have this backstory, but it's like the whole job is just you lie flat on the
And
ground
dead.
and die. Yeah. that's
Yeah,
it.
it's like
And he's just like, I don't want to be that. I want to be something else, obviously. But,
yeah,
but that's causing him to he pissed off his agent. Well, his agent wasn't like pissed off. She was just more
I mean-
like, what the hell are you doing?
I mean, if it's your first role and you're just starting on the industry, you have to do small roles like that to get established. Like
Mhm.
you build up your resume. I mean, like, because he was passionate about it, for sure. It was funny. It's good to see. It's good to see Ben Kingsley. It's too bad he has to play that
Mhm.
character. He can't play like a villain. I mean,
Mhm.
a real villain.
I mean, he was kind of a quirky character. Yeah, in the first episode, you don't get really a lot about him, other than
Oh,
he's a
next few
double
episodes he
agent.
will.
He's a double agent, right? Like he's working.
He's not
But
really. He has no choice.
yeah, but so far, I would say I kind of relate to Simon. Like I kind of get the struggle. Like I get the, you know what I mean? Like especially when he was talking to him at the bar and he was like about life and stuff. I was like, yeah, that definitely hits. I'm not gonna lie. That so I was like, yeah. So far, I thought it was pretty good that they're focusing on his character. And also another thing too.
Did you come back with Mr. Freeze?
The hell? What was
Red.
that?
It was red.
Can't even see his comment. That's weird.
Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? Here?
Okay, I see it there. Yeah. And then he says Chris Evans will be Hush. Oh my god. No, there was another thing I was gonna say was that this was the second show to be under the Marvel Spotlight label.
Yes, I noticed that too. Yes.
So
Yes.
that was interesting. I'm like, again, what is not Marvel Spotlight? Like, why isn't Daredevil a Spotlight show? Like, is it because it has to focus on the character? Like, it's not a crossover. It's not like what is deemed. That's what I want to know. I want Marvel to come out and explain what is considered a Marvel Spotlight show.
I thought
and why.
after Echo they're gonna get rid of Spotlight stuff.
That's what I thought too. I thought it was like a ruse. It was some bullshit they made up, and it was just to do damage control to make the show look better. But no,
Yeah.
they actually kept that shit for some reason. I like. Why wasn't Ironheart a Spotlight show? Is it because But Echo was in Hawkeye. Like I don't understand the logic of it. You know what I mean? Like
And then-
someone
yeah, and
got to
then-
explain this.
And then Echo leads like it's kind of like a precursor to Daredevil, Born Again, right?
But
Too,
not really
like-
because she barely shows up.
Yeah, she doesn't even show up in it. The only thing that's the only thing that's taken from Echo is that's when Fist at the end has the idea of the one from Mirror.
Yeah, that's it. Like they just Echo isn't like. Are we ever gonna see her interact with Daredevil and not a fight and be like mutual? Like what the hell's going on there?
Yeah.
Like we know in this season. By the way, I have a suspicion. It seems like Daredevil is gonna get locked up, but I think he's gonna get locked up in the cage like that Punisher was in.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks because I was hoping they would do like he would go to jail and we would see like what version of Daredevil goes to jail because we have two Daredevils in jail story where it's either he is Matt Murdock in jail and he gets outed as Daredevil, which the show has not done yet. I'm surprised. Like, are we ever going to get that storyline? That was a pretty big deal.
It's gonna go to
Or
Doctor
it will
Strange.
be Daredevil who goes to jail and Daredevil, as in the superhero, goes to jail.
Well, why hasn't Wilson Fisk added out of Daredevil right now as Matt Murdock? Because he knows he's Matt Murdock. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. That's because I read the Chip Zdarsky. Well, I'm not 100% finished. I bought both omnibuses,
yeah.
which by the way, that was like hella expensive. That shit was like $200 and some dollars. But anyway, I read the first omnibus, and there's some parts that I like. I don't think the run like consistently holds up over time, but the first like I want to say like 15 issues were like amazing. Where like it honestly felt like they could just adapt this straight up to the TV show, because it was like because Wilson Fisk in that he's not really a villain. He's like, yeah, I don't like Daredevil, obviously. I don't like Matt Murdock, but I'm not gonna like, I'm trying to be better now, so there's no point in being like your enemy. I'm just gonna do my own thing.
Mhm.
And he quickly realizes that there's actually people above him that will fuck with him. And they're this rich sibling duo. And they straight up toss Wilson Fisk out of the window and say, like, you better shut the fuck up or we're going to kill you. And they even send, it was like, I called them the bootleg Sinister Six. Because it was like Rhino and Bullseye and Bullet and Stiltman and I forget there was another character in there I don't remember.
Rhino?
Crossbones was there too. Crossbones.
Okay.
So they're all like, they all show up because they get paid by these billionaires, right? To
Yeah.
like just fuck up Hell's Kitchen because they're trying to destroy Hell's Kitchen so then they can buy it out, right? And so so Daredevil, when this happens at the aftermath, right? Because they're gonna buy the remains of Hell's Kitchen. Daredevil goes to Iron Man and he's like, "Hey, you gotta buy this for me, right?" And Tony Stark's like, "What the fuck? Like, you want me to buy this? You like, I'm not gonna just spend $1 billion just because you say so, right?"
Mhm.
But he convinces him, right? Because like Daredevil, he does like the whole premise of the story is that Daredevil accidentally kills this guy in a robbery. Like he was just robbing a liquor store, and pretty much he starts to feel like extremely guilty, and like it's all over the news and stuff. And to the point where like pretty much all his friends, like Spider-Man, tells him, "Hey, dude, like you gotta stop being Daredevil." Like
Yeah.
he's like, you can't be Daredevil anymore. And so like he gets, Matt's like, "Oh well, I'm just gonna quit being Daredevil." Obviously, he's still Daredevil. It's just he doesn't wear the costume.
Yeah.
He just like, he does like what he does in the show. He just wears a fucking mask, some T-shirt over his head, and starts beating the shit out of people. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I want to see that in the show. I feel
Oh.
like they are technically doing that because he is now in black in the trailer.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's just that was like something that he did in the book. He kind of like reverted back to the Man Without Fear, but it was all like militarized. It was all like he had like guns and shit, and he was breaking into these like billionaires' condos and shit, and with Elektra, and he was trying to
Right.
beat the shit out of them and steal their money. So I wonder if he's going to do something like that in the show. It seems like they're kind of setting that up because
Red,
he
my
seems like he's
God.
playing a different. He's not going to play the same game.
Yes. Red, that is the real Sinister Six. What you just put.
Oh man, Diddy, Epstein, Weinstein, Cosby, Jared from Subway, Spacey,
Oh my God.
the Sinister Six. That's the real Sinister Six. Yep,
Dude, Red,
that's
you
crazy.
are, man, Red, you are that. You're on your game today. Chris Evans would be hot. Better come back, Mr. Freeze.
Man, could you imagine if they gave all of those clowns? Well, I mean, they would have to revive Epstein like somehow. Like it would be like the MCU where they like clone
Oh,
him like Norman Osborn or some shit. But
it's a
he gets
billionaire.
cloned and they give him all these like crazy like superhero fucking power armors and mechs and shit. You know how scary that would be? These rapists and pedophiles
Sure.
all running around. It's super.
Cheer,
Now that shit would be funny.
cheer from.
Jared from
Sure.
Subway.
Fuck. Cheer from Subway.
Mm.
It's good to see Jessica Jones back. She's probably gonna get her own show.
Yeah.
She'll probably get her own show or something. I think she'll get her something.
There's a rumor that they're gonna like make a Defender show or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be Marvel Defenders. Shit.
I just hope like
Oh
Daredevil
my
can get
God.
like 5 seasons. Can Daredevil get 5 seasons? And
It's getting 3 at least. They'll be officially known
At
as the
least 5.
Marvel. Brad, they'll be officially known as the Marvel Defenders.
no, that's oh man. They were
Yeah,
actually Red. You laugh, but they were gonna make a show called The Offenders.
Oh, really?
Yeah, remember they had the animated shows. It was like Hit Monkey and Modoc.
And
They were supposed to do a Howard the Duck show with Kevin Smith, and they're all
And they
gonna come
probably-
together called The Offenders.
And they probably thought to themselves, "This is probably not a wise thing to do."
No, they were gonna do it. It's just that Kevin Feige, they
Oh.
merged Marvel's TV with Marvel Studios, and then so they canceled all that shit.
Okay.
The only show that continued was Hit Monkey, I think. I never even seen Hit Monkey. I was curious.
Probably still wasn't. Probably still not a good idea to call a show The Offenders.
Well, it was supposed to be like an adult comedy show, right? So that's why it was called The Offenders.
Yeah, but it makes it sound. I mean, who's the
What? It
offender?
sounds like they're committing crimes.
Howard Duck promoted bestiality, so it makes sense why it'd be part of offenders.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, the offenders. Remember, they were going to do that. They were going to do the Ghost Rider show, the Hellstorm. Well, they did do Hellstorm.
oh yeah, they did do Hellstorm.
All these like Midnight Sun shows, and then do a team up. That was Marvel TV's plan, was just to do team up shit. They should have made that. Yeah, I know. I was still pissed off that they canceled that Donald Glover Deadpool series.
Well, Ryan Reynolds is doing Deadpool 4. Like he wants to do Deadpool 4.
Yeah. Well, if they do Deadpool 4, could they do? They got to do two things, or two of either or. Deadpool and Spider-Man, or you got to do X-Force.
I
It's
think
either one of those things.
X Force. Says he wants to do a team up, right? X Force. For
Yeah,
sure.
but what we got to get Spider-Man with Deadpool at some point. Like that's got to happen, man. If you want to make a shit ton of money, like just I'm telling you, Deadpool and Spider-Man movie I feel like that could make close to $2 billion. If Deadpool and Wolverine can make 1.5 billion.
Spider-Man himself could make $2 billion.
Yeah, well there you go. Deadpool and Spider-Man, that would make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, because Spider-Man has proven he can make $2 billion himself.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting. I know it's gonna come. Listen, I know you guys are saying that one time it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna do it, but
Well,
they're going to. I'm telling you, one day it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's just they have Punisher in the brand new day. Anything is possible because I didn't think Punisher would be in a PG-13 film.
And Punisher hasn't even really. I mean, Spider-Man and the Punisher, obviously, go way back, but they haven't really done much recently. That's also something else too. I hope this movie gets like the Punisher like crosses over with more characters. Because like the Punisher does show up in this Daredevil run. Well, he shows up at the beginning. And he's just like, oh, you started killing people now, Red? Like we're buddies now, and Daredevil's like, no, no, we're not buddies. And then so they fight.
Well, Daredevil
he shows up again.
Daredevil was supposed to be rumored in Brand New Day.
Well, that's the thing. People are saying that he's not in Brand New Day because he's in jail. That they mentioned that he's in jail.
I hope he's in Brand New.
To see. I don't know. I kind of hope he's in jail. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
He gets busted out. He gets busted out. Listen, the ending.
Yes,
okay, if they ever do a series finale, like they just the final season of Daredevil, Marvel cannot do that until they can negotiate with Sony, so they can have a Spider-Man cameo that season.
Yeah,
that's the one thing they have to do. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's the deal with Sony and Marvel. Spider-Man cannot appear in any of in the Disney Plus show at all, or in the movies.
I know, which I think is terrible. It's awful. It's terrible, man.
It can be mentioned, it just can't be shown. It is terrible.
No, he's got to be. We got to see him. Like we got to see him talk to Daredevil and stuff, and do one hallway fight scene with Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean, Spider-Man interact with everybody, like Iron Man. He interact with the Hawk, of course. Now,
yeah.
Well,
Spider-Man only interacts with like the movie characters. He doesn't even interact with the characters he's actually, street level. He's a street level character. Yeah, he's interacting with the Avengers. Shit doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, Doctor Strange lives in New York, but he's not a street level character. He's not really.
Yeah.
He's not a. There's vigilantes and there's the Avengers, because the Avengers are not exactly vigilantes, right? They just go when an emergency pops up or they're on a mission, right? Vigilantes are like
Mhm.
Spider-Man, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, right? They
Yeah, like he
patrol.
has to. We have to obviously see Spider-Man with
Yeah,
the Defenders. Like, come
yeah.
on, like,
The thing of difference between vigilantes and the Avengers, most of the Avengers, is the vigilantes patrol, right? They patrol,
mhm.
right? Um, because Avengers,
But it's kind of
Avengers,
funny.
yeah.
It's
Go
kind of
ahead.
funny because in that same Zdarsky run,
Yeah.
Vigilante, I am a vigilante.
That actually is a.
But
I mean, it's funny because that is an actual character's name in DC and Peacemaker. It's vigilante.
yeah, vigilante.
It's like,
Oh yeah, that reminds me. By the way, right? Like, okay, because you said vigilante, right?
yeah.
Like, is James Gunn just gonna abandon the Suicide Squad in the DCU?
I don't know.
Like, he never talked about that ever. Like,
Yeah.
he just kind of like sidestepped it. Because like, okay, I was going back looking at what's his name? Is it John Ostrander? Ostrander. There we go. Right, his Suicide Squad run, and because I never really got into it, like, but I've been getting into it now because I watched this video on this Deadshot miniseries, and I was blown the fuck away. I was like, holy shit, this is like Sopranos before Sopranos, where Deadshot is like this like nihilistic guy who wants to pretty much kill himself. Like, he's always gunning to kill himself. It's
Yes.
actually insane.
Yes.
And he has like this issue with his mom because his mom pretty much set up the death of his father. His son
Yes.
gets kidnapped by
He
this
wants.
pedophile.
He wants to die in battle. He doesn't want to commit suicide. He wants to die in battle. Like
Yeah, well, he's suicidal because he's like, I'm just gonna die and shit.
he
And
wants. Yes, he was set up to kill his father, but he accidentally killed his brother instead.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I was like, holy shit, this is actually some crazy stuff. And then so I looked because John Ostrander also wrote that
Mhm.
miniseries. It's out of print, which pisses me off. It's going to be in the omnibus, and I'm like, oh man. But anyway, right? So in the Suicide Squad run, yeah, I was like, holy shit, wait a minute, this is way better than the fucking movie. I was like blown the fuck away. I was like,
Mhm.
whoa, I was sleeping on this for sure, because there's like a lot of these like a lot of arcs are well. First off, one like it is a very political book. I'm kind of surprised
Yeah.
because it's like it starts with Nixon, not fucking Nixon. What the fuck am I saying? What? Oh my God, who's the president in the '80s, like the late '80s?
Reagan and then Bush.
Reagan. There we go.
Reagan.
Um, so Reagan is the one who approves the Suicide Squad, and I was like, hold on, people say that comic books are too political. That was like the most political thing even for the time because that was a direct commentary on what Reagan was doing with basically these covert missions that were ran by mercenaries that the United States government was paying. So
Mhm.
I was like that's actually crazy that they were talking about this, and it is a very political book. Like the some of the stuff that they have to do is insane, especially the last one. Yeah, I was really missing Ostrander. I slept on that one. I will admit. I've always heard, obviously, James Gunn talked about it, but I just never like bothered to look into it. I just heard it was good, and I was going to get to it. But yeah, I was watching this video, and I was actually blown away. I was like, they really should continue the Suicide Squad and use obviously that book because there's a lot of interesting story
Yeah,
developments,
but
especially Amanda Waller and her relationship with Deadshot. That was also
I
really
don't think
interesting.
I don't think Deadshot is suicide anymore because I think because he has one thing to live for, and that's his daughter.
No, get rid of that. Get rid of that crap. Get rid of that crap. Like none of that is interesting. When you see what he's going through in the comic, you're like, this is way more interesting. He comes first off. One, I also like what they do with Boomerang. They just make Boomerang a total fucking idiot, and they
He
just
always
make
was.
fun of him constantly.
Hmm.
Which they should definitely do that. But they should recast Deadshot, make him more like the comic from this, because he's way more. Like I said, that's like Tony Soprano before Tony Soprano, where it's just like he's like again, he's got mommy issues. He's suicidal. Like he's always just You know, like, and he's just being thrown at everything. And the thing is, it's like he does dark shit, but at the same time, it's like you kind of relate to him because he's not like he's a scumbag, but he's not like the worst scumbag, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Yeah, I was gonna look into a Spectre run, Degrassi, because I was really interested in that. I was like, I was definitely sleeping on it uh, on Ostrander for sure. That Deadshot miniseries, like, I was like, whoa, I ain't want to read this right fucking now. And then I look it up, out of print. So I was
You
like,
got
oh my
mommy
god.
issues, Red. You got mommy issues too.
Bruh, I'm
Once
telling you, man, they need to bring back make the Suicide Squad a TV show. Make it a TV show. I'm telling you, this would actually be like this would rival like The Boys and like Daredevil. Like they can get into the movies. Like the movies are cool, right? Don't well, not the first movie. The first movie's ass. We all know that. But
yeah, the first movie is
the
that.
second movie is obviously cool. I've obviously grown to like it. But I feel like the movie really does undercut the characters. Like the characters in the book, it's like this needs to be a serialized story. Like you need to see seasons upon seasons of those characters and watch different iterations of the Suicide Squad. This
Hmm.
is what I would pitch to James Gunn. James Gunn should produce that TV show. He could direct it if he wants to, couple episodes. I wouldn't say he could write. He can have a writer's room, right? And he could oversee the. I know he's busy and stuff. He's really busy, but seriously, someone needs to re-talk to him about this because this is actually a slept-on idea to make a Suicide Squad TV show. I'm gonna be the one saying, don't make a movie, don't make a sequel. You know, I know the last one didn't do well because of COVID and all this stuff. The first one, it made a bunch of money. Okay, it has a brand recognition. The game flopped. Reboot it, bring back some of the characters. Um I wouldn't make a what's his name the lead character. I would put him on the Suicide Squad, but not for very long.
Hmm.
Idris Elba, I forget the character's name.
That's
Bloodsport.
sports. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Rotate characters. They can have characters that are like, you know, Peacemaker. Peacemaker's technically I don't know what he's kind of like an anti-hero, not really. I mean, he's kind of a sick fuck. I mean, sick in the comics. It's not that he's a sick fuck, but what he's doing, I would, you know, the original Peacemaker, I would say that's kind of sick. You know what I mean? Like he was, even though
Hmm.
that wasn't the intention to me. I don't know. There's something about the original Peacemaker comic. Like I don't even know when
Sewer.
those came out, but from Charlton Comics,
Sewer.
it's like holy shit. It's kind of fucked if you think
Sewer.
about it.
Suicide Squad show would be cool.
No.
What is that? Future Killer Croc, the sewer?
His Martian Manhunter run was also spectacular. I have to go look that up too, because yeah, I'm trying to read more comic books, like even more than I did before, right? So I'm just like anything I see that catches my attention, I'm going to now read it instead of it just being on the back burner. That's like one of my goals. That's why I got through this Daredevil omnibus in like just a couple of weeks. It took me some time,
I
but
just.
yeah.
Oh,
What
man.
do you want to say? Sorry, I was
No,
talking too
nothing. I
much.
just like. Zack Snyder, stop rage baiting everybody.
Oh, is he doing that still?
On Instagram. He's posting like a Wonder Woman pic the other day, a Batman pic recently. I'm like,
No,
stop
man.
it. He's doing it to get clicks, but like, and all the Snyder turds. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's
Mm,
yeah.
I don't know about any of that, to be honest. So he's not coming back. It's pretty much done. I wouldn't even give him a TV show or a movie or anything within the DCU. I would just move along, do your own thing. I know people are saying he should go to Marvel. Don't go to Marvel.
He does his style. No, they wouldn't let him do Marvel one. You think they wouldn't let him do a Star Wars movie because they probably thought like this is not. This is not. Star Wars is not meant to be adult. Marvel is not
Mhm.
meant to be adult. No.
You know what Zack Snyder should do? Zack Snyder should go back to what made him somewhat popular, right? because he did obviously the adaptation, or technically it's a reboot, whatever you want to call it, of Dawn of the Dead. People
Mhm.
like 300. People do like his Watchmen, right? What he should do is he should look for comics that are popular, that are like, independent comics that people
Not DC
know.
or Marvel, yeah.
Not DC Marvel, not DC or Marvel, but like, well, they could be. I'll extend Vertigo. Like if you could find something like 100 Bullets, like something like that with Zack Snyder, maybe, maybe. I think he could, because there are some slept on indie comics that I feel like they kind of were supposed to be movies, but they never happened. Like he should go back to doing that, because again, like his problem is the story, and he will probably fuck up these adaptations, but maybe they won't be as bad like those movies that
Remember,
I mentioned, like 300 and
he
Watchmen and
we know he does. He
Dawn of the
know.
Dead.
I know he probably bought. I know he buys comics, but I don't think I don't think he grasps to understand. He says his favorite Batman comic is Dark Knight, but the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not main. I mean, it's popular, but and it can be inspiration for some things, but it's not like the main inspiration for Batman. Like
Mm.
right? Because,
Yeah, he likes comics that are like the edgy comics that everybody talks about as dark in the from the 80s.
but you
But he's
cannot.
not like he's not really into Marvel or DC, it seems like.
Yeah, and he
Like he,
doesn't even
he, he
he doesn't even understand Dark Knight either. Returns.
no, yeah.
Like Batman, he thinks Batman kills in that. He thinks Batman actually kills in that comic. He doesn't kill anybody in the comic. Like
Mm. Yeah,
and
he doesn't. He doesn't. I don't know, Zack Snyder, you could just tell he's not like that interested in DC characters, because like when it gets to Superman and Wonder Woman, there's not much to pull from that is similar to the Dark Knight Returns. Like it's
yeah,
not the same. It's really not the same. Like the Dark Knight Returns was, you know, that's a very popular book because, yeah, it was like, oh, comics could be
yes,
adult. There's obviously were adult comics that were going on at the time, but it's like that one is like hero. It's like it's a Batman comic. It kind of came. When did that even come out? Like was that like mid
80
'80s
something.
or late '80s? But anyway, point is that it's kind of like a mature story, and it makes you know
Hmm.
the visuals to the comic itself, like the art. I know
Yeah,
people shit on Frank Miller now, but that's because he's older. But like his art was still pretty good, and it was like unique. He had like a unique style. So I mean, it's just one of those comics that everybody will talk about. But I feel like there's obviously a trend now to be like, yeah, that book wasn't cool, and like people want to move on because it's just been so like, everybody talks about it, right? And it's like every sort of adaptation or like person who wants to direct Batman is like, yeah, I'm inspired by the Dark Knight Returns, and you're like, there's other Batman
not
comics that
Matt
you can
Reeves. I
pull
can tell you
inspiration
that Matt
from,
Reeves
right?
ain't inspired by
You know that,
that.
right?
What? Yeah, Matt Reeves
Right.
is not inspired by that for sure. Right?
Wait, are you talking?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Oh shit! Can you hear
What
me?
happened? Yeah, I can hear you. You
Oh,
hear me?
hold on.
Uh-oh. You can hear me? Yeah, I think you guys can hear me because my mic is on and the shows I'm not muted. You guys can hear me, right? You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. What was I
Yeah,
saying?
I don't know what
I
happened.
mean, Matt Reeves is obviously not inspired by the Dark Knight Returns. Um,
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, like people, like there's
shut
a
up,
lot of
Red.
people you hear that are like, the Dark Knight Returns. And,
Honestly, I think the thing is, I don't think Dark Knight Returns is I don't think it's the best arc. I don't even know if it's considered an arc. I think Long Halloween was
story.
better.
Mhm.
Uh, uh, yeah, I mean, like,
It's not bad. It's obviously, I just feel like it is obviously one of those books now that Like, yeah, it kind of does deserve to be in the overrated category because people mention it so much.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of lost like what made it special. Is kind of like if you've read modern comics now, you'd probably be confused, like, well, why was this special? But it's
Yeah.
like, well, it was special for the time because it was doing something very different.
It's because comics are
Um,
getting more darker. Like we're getting darker.
yeah.
With that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, it's
cool.
just kind of, I still think it's weird when people say like comics are not political or weren't political. Like if you go through the time periods, yes, there was a gap where they weren't
I mean,
political, but that's because they were barred from doing that,
when
right? Like
it
there was a
when the
comics code of authority.
when the 30s came and the 40s came, it was very political. It was about against
Yeah,
Captain America came in the
but Batman
30s.
fought in World War II. A
Yeah,
lot of
Superman.
characters fought in World
Yeah,
War II.
yes,
I
and
mean, there
yes,
were obviously there was also some bad depictions of what was going on too, right? Like I
yeah,
think they DC refuses to print like the original Shazam or like Captain Marvel comics because there's a lot of like out of date stereotypes and things like that,
yeah,
so they don't want to publish it. Um, but like yeah, if you go back at a certain point, it was very political, depending on what comics that you got, right? I mean, some people, I don't know, like this whole idea of like, oh, things are political and therefore I don't want to consume it. I don't know. Like to me, it's like I don't know. Like it's kind of boring if these comics don't have anything like sort of controversial. I don't know if that's a hot take, but it's like I kind of want something like
Batman.
to be interesting. Like I don't want everything to just be
Batman.
like bland and boring. Like
Batman's always been political, always.
but yeah, well they have ideas that you may not agree with
Yes,
or they play around with, but it's like who's telling you have to agree with everything that is like in
yeah,
a book? That's the one thing I don't understand. What happened to people? Like you could disagree with something. You could also like something that you disagree with. Like
yeah.
I like in terms of like the idea that it's saying, right? Like I don't know. I just feel like so many people are wrapped up in that idea of like what is political, and you're like, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like some things like if I'm talking about art and I'm talking about comics or stuff like that, or like I like the Suicide Squad comic, like that's actually interesting. Like to have these villains on these government missions and like the political drama that comes from that, right? Where they kind of have to hide, they have to do really sketchy things. They take out
Hmm.
politicians, right? They recruit people that are like, they're like, we really shouldn't be hiring this guy. This guy's like, fucking like he's done way
Yeah.
worse than just kill people, right? And it's like it's kind of interesting. Like that's actually interesting to read. Like, and also not to bring it up, but it's like some of these like like if you're talking about like Ripperverse or like some of this other shit that has
There's a
come
lot.
up that is like we're not going to be political. That's what I noticed. It's like when you read their stuff, there's nothing interesting. There's nothing actually controversial or gripping. You're like, or shocking. Like all of a sudden now, like people
It's
want
he could say
entertainment
it's
to be not
he could
offensive. Like,
he
why
could
not?
say he could say it's not political, but I'm sorry, but it's political.
But it's not. It's not even political though, because it's like, it's just like down the line. Well. Let me hold on. Let me backtrack and say this because it's like in his comics, or at least there is like certain ideas that are political, like the idea that Texas is his own
Yeah,
functioning
yeah.
independent state or whatever he has it as, right? But there's nothing interesting about that. It's just like part of the world. Like there's no like controversy or this aspect of the world changes the character. There's nothing like that. Like it's almost like a footnote.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like it's a footnote. It's a footnote of an idea that could be interesting. I'm not even gonna say like yeah,
then
like like
then he doesn't. Then he truly doesn't understand comics because the locations of in comics are always played an important role. Comics like Gotham, Metropolis, New York, Wakanda. You know what I'm trying to say? Always played an important factor. Always. Right? The Gotham
Right.
is a character with itself. Metropolis is a character with itself. Wakanda is. New York
Mhm.
is. Like if you could, like it's always been there with comics. And if it's not the case with his comics, then who cares? Then
Right. Well, you know who's like a good example of like a character that when they turn him into, I guess, political in quotations, right? This political that people talk about made him an interesting character. Daredevil. Daredevil is Daredevil ever since, because there was obviously after Stan Lee, I forget who wrote. I think it was like Conway. I'm blanking on his name. Who wrote fucking Daredevil after Stan Lee, or at least before Frank Miller, right? There was I think there was maybe two writers, right? But when you hear the stuff that Stan Lee was doing with Daredevil, it's like most people do not associate Stan Lee's
no.
Daredevil with what we know of Daredevil now, right? Because like after Frank Miller, everybody was kind of like Frank Miller almost like in a way like gave rebirth Daredevil to make him way more interesting. Where it's like, okay, he's a Catholic, right? He's also obviously they play more into him being a lawyer than just going on goofy adventures and shit. Like Daredevil, and afterwards too. There's a lot of interesting writers who did pick up and explore Daredevil. Michael Bendis is probably like the best Daredevil writer, period.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if we were just going, imagine if like Air July was like Daredevil just needs to be what Stan Lee did, like we would have never gotten a good TV show. Like we would have never gotten anything that was like a little edgier or offensive or like possibly like too dark. Like let people do whatever they want instead of being like, oh man, like I don't agree with this thing or blah blah blah. Like that's good that you don't agree with it. That's actually good, right? But it's like the fact that we don't need it now. That's the problem. You could disagree, but it doesn't mean we now have to erase it. Like stupid. It's stupid. It's stupid stuff. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it's time to end this. It's getting on the verge of midnight. All right, guys. Anything you want to say, Blinded? Anything on your mind?
Go play, read stuff that are interesting. You know what I mean? Like go and experiment.
Yeah. All right, guys. Wonder Man review this Saturday. All right, but okay, most likely this Saturday. All right.
I'll catch up.
Yeah, I mean, like, take your time. I mean, like, share, subscribe, comment below.
Peace, guys.
Come on. Thanks for watching him, bitch.